Hello. Let me grab a drink. A drink. Terminal blue looks better than my green. I mean, it depends on how you're judging. I don't think the contrast in this window is high enough. So either the text should get brighter and have more chroma contrast, or the background should get a little darker. That's just what I think. So if you have a brighter background, you need brighter text. If you have a darker background, you can have darker text. It's fine. Okay, so now I believe if I run this, I should have a big question mark in front of my face. And the question is, I guess we'll try to get this running through MetaQuest Developer Hub or something, because it's, okay, it's like not in front of my face for some reason. It's copying the orientation, but it's not copying the position for some reason. That seems very bad. Okay. What is this music? This is the theme song for Twitch streamer Choco Taco. Okay, so you guys probably couldn't see any of that. Let's see if we can run it from here. Hey, this might be better just for when we're playing games than what we've been using, right? Okay, so now when I run the program, this is not going to look like much, but, oh, we're running. We say stop app. But I don't think we're running, so that's weird. Do I have to install it from here? Okay, well, let me just use this for casting, and then we'll run from here. So right now, it's not much, but I've got hand tracking. that for some reason draws behind the boundary, which is ass. And then this question mark is supposed to be tracking my head. And it isn't right now. It is orientation-wise, you see, but it's not tracking my head in position. So the idea is, I'm trying to, you know, we want to put the text with your score and all that on like a little helmet HUD that you're wearing. Right? So that's what we're doing right now. And I have to go dancing in an hour and a half, but hopefully we can get this done before that. This is for our new project. I'm not going to show very much of it because I want most details about the game to remain secret through development. However, because we're early in development and this doesn't look like anything, then it's fine to stream it because it doesn't give away really what we're doing. I'm just fucking tired. Like the way everyone copied me about compiler shit, I'm just over it. I'm over showing everybody what we're doing. For stuff like this. Like the internet has been such a fucking dick that I'm just over it. But right now it doesn't matter because this doesn't, you know, we'll still work on the compiler on streams, and we'll probably still work on the Sokoban game on streams. Because there are things about the Sokoban game that we're going to keep secret, but there are a lot of things that don't have to be. But this game, we're only going to stream in the beginning, because fuck the internet. Could also consider it a compliment that people do things like you do. Well, it's sort of a compliment until people try to fast follow and then get ahead of you and then try to compete with you with the information you gave them. That's not a compliment. That's somebody trying to kill you. And it's especially real now that we're in a harder financial regime where it's much harder to make money in the games industry. Fuck all those people. They just don't, they don't deserve the information and they won't get the information. So, yeah. If they're beating you to market, they're probably doing a much worse job. A much worse job, yes, especially on programming language features, right? Like people release features that do like 1/10 of the stuff, also at 1/10 of the quality. So it's like 100th the amount of work, and they're like, we have the same feature. No, you don't. No, you don't. All right. End of rant. End of rant. Yes, our snack today is spinach with salad dressing. Okay. So why is the HUD not, the HUD entity not tracking our headset? Either the headset position is wrong or it gets reset later. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to log this every frame. We're going to go frame index, right? It's just called frame index. And then manager camera position. All right, so we're going to log that before and after. And the point being, if our position changes radically between the before and after, that at least tells me there's a breakpoint. We could just go right ahead and do a data breakpoint like in Android Studio, but I don't even know how to do that there. I don't know if it's good. So we're just going to do this. I kind of, here, let me put this on the other monitor. Actually, can I just do a window capture and will it capture like, okay, the problem if I do a window capture, it's going to go over the code, which isn't good. But there's not much to look at right now, so it's not like we need really high res, right? So if I add a window capture and just kind of shrink it down some, right? Casting. Okay, that's not capturing. That's not fucking capturing at all. Look at our window capture, guys. That's great. All right, forget it. I tried. So do we need this open? Oh, we do. Fuck. All right, we need this open. At least it worked, though. I mean, I clicked on the cast button and it fucking started drawing the scene, which is great given the expectations of what I'm used to from computers. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this is way better than the stupid web page thing we've been using when we game. So maybe we'll play some games next week. I'm kind of busy. We're trying to hit a deadline on this, so I'm not going to game much this week. But next week, maybe. Windows should have a thing where you could pin a window on top. You know what I'm saying? All right. Let's put the audio.
It's raining chocos from out of the sky. Choco tacos. No need to ask why. Just strap on your vest and close your eyes.
Okay.
It's raining chocos.
The log is spewing down here. Before and after. So these positions are supposedly, so they're changing. They're just not, they're like not in world space correctly the way the hand positions are. So we have to debug that, and I didn't write that code, so so in hand avatar, for example, actually, let's do that. Let's compare this, because then we'll know it's right when it's at the right scale. So in the hand avatar, right, so hand is probably an index. Dot left. All right, so we can say left hand position is this, right? And vxr app.hand game orientations dot left hand, is it hand ID? Okay, and the problem is this won't, if in VR, because these aren't defined outside VR. That's kind of ass. Because this is fundamentally a VR game, we shouldn't have to put these ifs everywhere. It should just be that, I mean, these should update even if we're running on the desktop. So like, that's all got to change, but I'm trying to get this basic functionality going, so it's fine. So here, just hand game positions. So let's look at that. Update transform. It's in OS Android. Update transform. hands. Okay. That's the only calls to update transforms. Okay. Head set game position. Right eye game position. All right. Okay. So that's fine. Is that the variable that we're using back here? In camera. Right, so we have headset game position. DXR app.headset game position. Okay, so let's just do this. Headset game position. So let's look at right eye game position. Left eye game position, right eye game position. XR to game. So also update transform calls XR to game. So this is not being scaled at all. Okay. So either the input is in meters or something weird is going on. So let's look at update transform because this works. Locate space. The fuck is that? So this is doing stuff that we're not doing for the head position. Should the headset game position be the average, not the difference? You are correct, sir. Let's actually do this the gamer way. I've made that mistake before. That was not my fault. Let's just see if it works now. Good call, though. I just looked at that code and I was like, oh yeah, it's getting the point in the middle. But that is not what that does. In fact, that would put it very close to 0, which is what literally we're observing. Okay, so these are... You know, people have emailed in that we need to make our overload message better. I'm not going to rat hole and do it right now, but we definitely do. Because we list out all the possible overloads, but we don't tell you what the input types are. Oh, 0.5. Yeah, I didn't do it right anyway. I'm really hungry. And I did a stream instead of going to the restaurant I was going to go to. Which means I better eat a lot of salad or maybe make a hamburger or something. I'm really hungry.
It's raining chocos from
Okay.
out of the sky. Choco tacos. No need to ask why. Just strap on your vest and close your eyes.
Okay.
It's raining chocos. It's raining chocos.
Is the echo terrible? Should I turn off the mic? So we didn't see the question mark at all, which might be good. That might mean that our hand is inside the question mark. or that our head is inside the question mark, because it has back-facing polygons, right? That could be what that means. Let me actually move my left hand very close to my head. Volume too high in VR. Well, I don't like it. So you're just going to get the audio. It's just the same audio over and over anyway. Yeah, so let's recompile this, and I will bring my... See, the thing is, we got to see the logs. You guys could maybe see the logs and tell me, because when I take the headset off, it's going to be like worse, right? But we're going to take the left handset. We're going to put both, just for avoidance of doubt, right? So now they're, I don't know, they're like half a meter away. I don't even know. And now they're going close. Was it getting closer? Those look close, except the Z coordinates are very weird. Wait, did I print orientation? Those are orientations, dude. What's going on? Bro! Am I fired? Am I the summer intern? I'm the summer intern. It's funny because numbers around 1 were like plausible. Okay. Okay. Now they're coming toward my head, and they're on my head, and I'm hitting stop. All right. Minus 1.27, minus 0.18. Those are very close. Those are within centimeters. So that's great. That is great. Here's what we're going to do now. First, we'll take out the logging. Okay, now we have some sign distance function text drawing that Tobias on the team ported from somewhere. We don't use that in Sokoban. But that's how we're drawing text. It's a new function that we've got. That's why it's called SDF whatever. And there was sort of this hard-coded thing in here. And, you know, let's actually, instead of... So I had hard-coded this for the camera, but let's actually do this. Because we want to be able to draw text on any entity, right? And 5 meters seems like a lot. Let's try 1. We can make that a parameter in a bit. Right? Let's see if we can see that still. Okay. Now you see it's fixed in the background. It is not following my helmet. But now, so I'm going to want to draw that text again, just in front of the HUD entity. And if it's in the right place, then we should be good. This function is weird because yeah. Let's factor this a little bit. I don't know what the hell K is. The fuck is K? Like that's a terrible name for a variable. Okay, so here for every text entity, we're doing this. It's a key, it's a render key. I don't know, something like that. Okay, so this is fine, but we're gonna factor it. All right, so base layer K E Cowabunga. We're doing Cowabunga oriented programming. So we're going to do this. This is for an entity. And this is going to call, because this is doing some shit that's text entity specific, but not very much, right? So we're going to draw text SDF, E, and ID. Calling it ID is bad. We're going to have to fucking change that, because IDs are a thing in this engine and strings are not IDs, so that's confusing. So let's copy this. This is any entity. We pass a string. All right, so, okay, maybe we did everything. Nope. Oh yeah, it's not ID, it's text. All right, so that's Cowabunga oriented programming. God only knows what's going to happen there, but actually, we could run this in desktop mode to test it, right? So, because we can instantiate a HUD entity and just see what happens. All right, so HUD. Hey, look, it's Cowabunga oriented programming. So as our head turns, okay, so that's weird. I think we still have a camera centric somehow, because that is not rotating around the space of the entity. Oh. No, it's because, okay, it's because we're already taking the entity into account here. So it's a good thing we didn't do that in the VR headset. It would make us barf. So all this stuff we actually don't need to do. Because we're already transforming it. All right. And then we also don't do this. Because again, we're already doing it. Through the magic of linear algebra, we are already doing it, right? Okay. Why does it run Android? That is not my fault. If I had made this device, well, yeah, we all prefer HUD instantiate cowabunga. All right, the text is kind of big relative to the environment. Not gonna lie, not gonna lie. All right, see that? See that? It's rotating in place. Now the text is like, if that's in front of our face, that is way too goddamn big. So let's parameterize, right? It's, you know, so there's some way, so we have width equals 32.0. 32 what? Wait, is that character width? Yeah. Oh, that's a normalization. That's a normalization. Dim X and dim Y are the char W, char Y, char info dot width. Okay, so this is a scaling factor. Character scale is a float, and that's gonna now, because that's 1.0, do we scale width? We're going to have to like make sure all these are reasonable at some point. But anyway, so here, when we draw the text entity, we're just going to go 1.0 to start, because we're not really using those yet. But here, we're just going to edit this right here for now, and we'll formalize it. Okay. The question mark sure is big as well. Oh, whoops. C. Okay, I screwed something up really bad because, oh, wow. See, that's cowabunga oriented programming right there. Also, we're fucking snapping our HUD in the editor. Okay, this didn't go well. This did not go well. And, you know, sometimes code is just fucking hard to understand, so I blame this. So I'm not sure. Okay, we're dividing by width, so we definitely don't want that to be a linear scale. Char W, char H, character scale. Okay, you know what? It's just these offsets down here. I think it's just this. who fucking knows? It doesn't look like it got better. Well, kinda. I mean, the characters are actually smaller, but the increment is not. Okay. So, let's just leave that there. I can't click on things. I think I broke some stuff. We're just going to leave that there for a second. So the stride, advance, X, okay. It's raining chocos. We have a sphere mesh that we're using. From out of, there we go. Cowabunga. It's relative to the thing. We don't want to center it because we actually want to draw like left justified HUD text, right? Hey, check it out. I think we should make this a Christian stream. Christian stream. Called hot reloading. I mean, our environment is barely set up for Android right now. Like, I have to copy files onto the headset manually right now. So, yeah. Okay, this is good. Let's chase down our no check-ins that I put in. So one of them for sure is the text scale on the HUD, right? And we're also going to need the distance, right? What distance were we drawing at? It could probably be smaller. Right, so the distance, forward distance, is 1.0. We could bring it in, because we don't want the text to be fictionally 1 meter in front of your head, right? We want it to be, I don't even know, like it's on a helmet, but you don't want to draw it super close because your eyes have trouble focusing, right? So like 0.33 of a meter, I don't know. We're going to do that. And then we're going to go smaller, like way smaller. relative to, yeah, we're just going to try that. It might be too small. This is a parameter now. All right, going to delete this. Okay. All right, so text entity SDF, for now we're going to do there, right? And for this, we're going to go HUD dot we'll make this a function even. Because we have a whole HUD file. We're going to hook up. We have all this stuff for like reporting statuses and whatever. And we're not using it. So we're going to go draw HUD text. I guess we'll pass it. Okay. HUD.text scale, HUD.text distance. All right, so then we don't have a no check-in anymore. Now the thing is, I don't remember the declarations. Base layer, render layer. I don't know why we need to pass these things. It seems annoying to me. We'll see. All right, so does that work? K. Oh, it's the frickin' K. Render key. All right. Look at that. Okay. I feel like it might be a little... No, it's not really too close. It's just confusing because it's drawing in front of the frickin' zone. See that? Why is it everything drawing or behind the zone? That's actually really confusing to my eyes. All right. Okay. I'm going to make this a list for tonight's email. Drawing zone behind stuff. I think it's the alpha channel or something. I don't think it's depth buffer. I think it's alpha channel because I think you can blend the zone into your scene or something. I don't really know. Set up a depth layer. What does depth layer mean? All right. Safeguard has precedence over everything. That's retarded. I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense, but I don't like it. Maybe it's not. Meta provide a native API. API for what? Like literally everything is Android or OpenXR, which are both terrible. Terrible. They deprecated John Carmack's excellent VR API because they're all communist. What does the entity contain? It contains whatever state makes sense for that entity. All right. Now we're going to draw the score instead of Cowabunga. And like we're going to want a position. Okay, first of all, okay, let's just draw the score. And then the problem is if we draw multiple things, we're not indicating positions, so they're just going to be on top of each other. So we're going to say score string. See, it's happening over here with this text entity stuff, but this is all going to go away. I don't think that should be in a level state, but whatever. So we get the score string. We're going to print the score string. I mean, that's a little too trivial. Let's do some more stuff. Position, text position. We're going to shift it like 20 characters to the left. Maybe that's too much. 12. I don't know. We're just guessing. Times 6. Oh, shit. We got to actually use vectors for this. All right. Text position, text scale, text distance. All right. Back here, we got to add that. So back when we had this, well, we can do, we're adding this pause to everything, right? Forward text position. I mean, the forward distance is honestly, I don't know. We'll leave it a separate parameter right now, but that could be folded into the text position. All right, so this is going to be 0 vector. Draw text SDF. I didn't save the file. Guys, I didn't save the file, so I'm not going to succeed in the game industry. I need to eat more. I am hungry. We might make some eggs or something. Okay, so I have a score. Let's get rid of the guard. See, I'm looking at this thing. I get points for looking at the red thing while it appears. See, now the score is going up again. Okay, that's maybe up a little bit high for now, and it's over a little bit too far, but it's fine. Okay, so it's weird how that's a frame delayed on the capture, because it doesn't look delayed to me. I should get some Choco Tacos, dude. Seven years in your project, your text editor crashed and you forgot to save. That is a classic story of games. Happens all the time. You have to be able to see your hand passing through it. I mean, maybe. I don't know. Let's get this link. XR composition depth layer info. I mean, regardless, we're going to want to do some stuff with that because I want to enable you to see your room around you while you play this game. Am I planning to make Raspberry in VR? Kind of. Kind of. That's actually not the worst guess. That is not the worst guess. Good luck developing your game. If you get 7 years in, don't forget to save in your text editor. But thanks for the positive comments. Do I have more than one serious VR project? No. All right, I'm going to get some food and be back in a second. But actually, yeah, what we're going to do after this is we have this fader system, which I'll show you. I'll get that on the screen. See, there's this array of faders, and those are things that show up and have alpha channel and stuff. And, oh yeah, we were going to go, we're going to bring this in a little bit. And that's going to be for the score, right? And then we're going to have a fader position that's different, right? We're going to say fader position. It's just going to start right of center. Let's go text up. Let's go text top is this, and then text top, or text up. It's going up. Yeah, let's just do that. Okay. So we're going to have score position, and then we're going to have fader position, right? And we have this draw faders function that just says, fuck you if you're not in VR, but we're going to change all that. We're actually going to have a 2D, we're going to draw it both because we have a 2D screen and a 3D screen, right? So we're going to go like draw fader 2D. I should have gotten my snack that I was talking about, right? What the fuck am I looking at here? Why is everything messed up? Okay. Why is there an else return true? Like somebody edited this code to do something. Like, what is that else? I'm going to have to look at the code. I'm going to have to look at the code. Okay, we'll go draw fader 2D, and then we'll draw now. Fuck. Okay, we're going to have to break this into an update function anyway, because our update is folded into the draw. So let me get the food. Back in a second. Okay. Do I have a napkin here? Yeah. I have a fresh Colorado peach and more spinach. More spinach. Mmm. Mmm. Should it be elapsed greater than equal to sustained time? Not really. I don't know. Let's just look for a second at where this else came from. Let's go in. Right. Draw faders. So this is just return false. What is the else? So this must have been added for no reason. Screenshotting all arted levels. That's probably going to get taken out, but whatever. Okay, so here we go. We'll update the faders. Okay, and then we'll draw them. See, we're like, what did Microsoft call it back in the day? That every company who was bad at software was like snitty about testing you on? The model view and whatever fucking thing. That basically just means your update and your display are different. Model view controller, yes. These are people who know. These are people who know. In that way that you make a complicated name for simple shit. It's weird because model view means something totally different in graphics. So update faders, we're just going to copy the whole function and cut everything that's about drawing it. And then vice versa. Wait, what the fuck happened? Oh, because that's a locally nested function. Fuck. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so anyway, update faders. So we don't care about font, elapsed. I don't think we do that. So we just compute this from scratch every time. Oh, yeah, I thought this was... We don't really need to do this, but we're going to do it anyway. We're going to do it anyway. So we're just going to do that. We're going to make this easy to call by doing this, and we're going to go update faders, editor faders, and we're going to go update faders, game faders, because we use these in both modes. All right. So now we're going to have a draw faders. Same thing. This is yeah. I mean, we're going to want to factor this. Alpha is get fader alpha. Fader elapsed. All right. We're going to factor that out. All right. And that's just all this. Because I don't really know that we have alpha. All right. So also we're going to clamp this. We might have alpha in our new text rendering, but we might not. We could probably also do something else, like make it thin because it's SDF, but we are rendering text using the SDF one. All right, that's just how it is. All right. Alpha. Alpha sprouts. Okay. So, alpha is get fader alpha. We don't need a bool here. This is just a draw function now. We don't need to return anything. If alpha, we're just going to do that. We're going to be flat because flat is hot. All right, and then we're going to go draw fader 3D. That's not going to do anything yet, but we want to compile. Is that in the alpha function? Oops. All right. Time started. Update faders. Oh. I moved this into a totally different place. Right. We don't want to return true. What am I doing here? Like that. Okay. Remove fader. I'm not eating my food. HUD text scale. HUD dot text scale. Remember when we were typing that code? Update fader it. I mean, we don't want that. There. Also, we forgot the free. Update faders. Okay. All right. Color. Redeclaration. Because we're using. Why am I using? It's not using. King of Pochinki. That's why. Font dot character height. We were doing this C++ method style, and I decided not to. There is a file scoped declaration. The fuck? Oh, in animation HUD. Oh, this is because we're compiling for VR. Right. This is a fucking pain in the ass. It should not have been done this way. We will change it later. Fucking giant fucking pain in the ass. All right. Let's go ahead and run in VR. We'll see what happened. I don't think we're generating any faders, so we shouldn't really see anything new. And in fact, I changed the position since we last ran of the HUD text. Right? Yeah. That's a little more comfortable. I might move it left a little more, but okay, so here's what we'll do. What could we put there? Let's just we're at about 90 frames per second. This is going to be random. Oh, we're not even updating faders though, guys. And we're not drawing faders in 3D. So it doesn't matter if we add one. We need to call update faders. And that'll happen in simulate or something. Cosmetic only things. Update faders. All right. Cool. And then here's my problem. When people use the words design pattern, it's a red flag. I do not dispute that the idea that there are design patterns is a good idea. It is a good idea. There are design patterns that you could recognize and redeploy. The problem is that people who talk about design patterns in the world tend to be people who are brainwashed with a bunch of weird shit that makes them mediocre programmers. That's just the reality. So, and why is that? It's just because the conventional wisdom about programming is not very good. And so those are the things that get solidified as design patterns. So, whereas, even though the idea of design patterns is correct, if I'm doing a job interview with someone and they're talking about design patterns the whole time, giant red flag. Giant red flag. Giant. You don't know what that even means? Design patterns is not really a school thing. It's kind of more a corporate programming thing. I mean, maybe schools teach it now, but that's not what it was. Do I know what universities in Europe are valid for computer science? None. I was about to facetiously say Stanford University, Palo Alto, California. No, literally none. Like, there used to be some that you would sort of see around as second string schools, but even now, like, those seem to have faded in the background. What do I think about the book Philosophy of Software Design? I do not know that book. So we talk about valid universities in the USA, that's why you asked. There might be some that are good. Like, I don't know all the schools in Europe and how good they are, right? I just know that nobody here thinks about literally any of them for computer science. Like, literally zero. The only ones that even vaguely come to mind is there's a couple in Germany, right? So, like, I don't even remember which ones. Like, it's been a long time. Certainly nothing in England, nothing in France. Like, the only, I mean, England's not Europe anymore, but the only computer science schools that I've ever even thought about vaguely were in Germany. So that's your answer. Cambridge fell off. Nobody here thinks of Cambridge as a good computer science school. Is it supposed to be one? I mean, math maybe. What's the reputation of Swedish game dev studios? I mean, pretty good. Or it used to be pretty good. Because DICE was in Sweden, right? And isn't Remedy from Sweden? And then when mobile games first got big, like Supergiant, I think, was in Sweden, and all those guys. And unfortunately, though, the mobile games kind of dragged Sweden down into mediocrity. And yeah, DICE kind of fell off quality-wise, as usually happens. But, like, you've got to ask, what is Sweden doing right that, like, Denmark isn't doing right? Or that, you know, Norway, anyone in the area. Estonia's not that far from Sweden. Like, what is Estonia doing wrong? They're trying to do all this digital initiative stuff. They don't have any good game studios or any software studios to speak of that I ever heard of. So You've got to ask in that situation, what is Sweden doing right? Because it's obviously not a mistake when there's that much happening. I don't know the answer to what they're doing right. Happy birthday to everybody watching the stream who's having a birthday. Statistically speaking, there's more than one person having a birthday today watching the stream. Maybe. 1.4 people. Magica was from Sweden, yeah. No, I mean, when stuff like that happens, you would think that other countries would look at that and say, let's repro what they're doing, but like nobody ever succeeds at that. Germany is pretty big for game studios as well. I mean, kinda. Not really. Not compared to Sweden. I mean, what I would say is the further you go back in time, the bigger Germany was relative to Sweden in games, right? I mean, board games have a lot of German companies, but like nobody plays board games, right? You wish Brazil had a gaming industry. Well, they won't now that they're getting all communist. Forget even the chance of that. Brazil's not going to have game industry. It's going to have bread lines. Okay. We're calling update faders. We're not calling draw faders. And I mean, we'll just draw them for the HUD entity right now. That could happen more than once per frame, you know, but maybe not. Okay, so oh, you know, the thing is, drawing the faders, let's just have it be a totally separate high-level function. And the reason is because I want to pass the position. Okay. And we can pass all these parameters. So we're going to go back here to our draw faders. Let's get rid of this file. This is going to be 2D. Draw faders. And we're just going to do this. And we're going to have to put some parameters here in a second. Let's not do that. Okay, so draw faders 3D. Take some parameters. You've got render layer, render key. Oh, we are passing an entity. Oh yeah, it's everything but the text, right? Okay. Did I get that right? Probably not. Wanted 6, got 5. Base layer, render key. Yeah, I'm not passing the entity. Okay, so this is no longer a thing here. All right. We're splitting it out. So this is if not in VR. Why is this having a problem with font all of a sudden? This is weird. Undeclared identifier draw faders in the editor. This is 2D. Okay, why are we having problems with font? This is annoying me. We've got it in our if not in VR. Let's try compiling for VR, see what happens. Draw fader 2D. Oh, because our if doesn't go all the way. We meant to do this, first of all. So that was wrong. And then we can at least put this down here. All right. You know what? We'll just do this. No, not that. That. Undeclared identifier faders. Oh, right. Well, we wouldn't do the editor faders because this is just for in-game. So we're just doing that in VR. Okay. So non-VR doesn't compile. For some reason now. I'm confused. Oh, right. That's the other frickin' file. Oh, right. So the problem is just this is fader.define. Duh. Fader dot. I guess these are all fader dot. Fader dot. Let's just. Okay, BG color. This code is a little confused to begin with, but it's fine. King of Pochinki. Maybe I should have using the fader after all. Okay. Now we compile for both finally. And when we update faders, we're just going to put different numbers in every once in a while. So this function game report makes a fader. We're just going to say what the frame is. Right? Every second approximately. It's raining checkers. All right, so where's my controllers? Okay, I'm not seeing faders. I'm seeing our score. Our score is going up. That's great. Okay. Why are we not seeing faders? Hopefully we're calling update faders. We're gonna check. Why is it not running? Why is it not running? I clicked the bug. A resource failed to call close and then process it. What? Run the debugger, please. Dude, Android Studio. Silly. Okay, why is my code folded? What is going on? All right, so let's this is okay. Oh, we don't draw them right now. Duh. Let's at least see if we're updating. All right, so faders. 0. There have literally never been any. Why? Is this commented out? Wait. Oh, we might be doing the editor faders. Hold on. Hold on. Yeah, we are. Okay, game faders. We want to put this in this other update, actually. Game faders 8. So they're expiring. We'll see. We'll see if we can see them once we... So, wow, this is good. All right. This, we don't want this to happen twice. So we're going to do that. And then we have to actually draw the faders. Let's get rid of this stupid variable. Okay. If we're in VR, for all the faders, we're going to say, let's just draw the text, and we'll just draw them all on top of each other, and who cares? So, draw text, SDF, base layer, render key, E, it.text, text position, character, scale, forward, distance. And if we see anything there, well, actually, no, you know what? This is fine. And then we'll go text position plus equals axis up times minus character scale times 1.1, right? And let's put that there. So, you know, this is just how we do things. Can't assign to, oh. Cursor is text position. Cursor, King of Pochinki, the Christian stream. Okay. There we go. Oh, see that? It's in the corner. I can see it. I don't know if you can see it. It's too far off to the side. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to move it over so you can see it. And I draw head text. Wait, down here. Okay, it was way too far over. .2 meters. Oh, we didn't even use character scale. Let's start it in the middle. Actually, let's do that. Let's actually scale it to the text. And then we'll draw the faders. And okay, the thing is, I want more faders, so we're going to do it every 15 frames. Like, we're going to be seeing the faders, dude. They probably won't fade because we're probably not using alpha, but whatever. Oh, I hit the slow down button accidentally. So now we can report arbitrary text, which is great. So now, though, like, this is good because we can just dump arbitrary data and draw it, and we're in good shape. We'll probably want to move that, though. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. It looks jittery when I move the headset here, but that's just like time warp or the capture for the thing or whatever. It looks solid when I'm looking through the headset. Literals are untyped. Literals are not untyped. No. They just have sensible default types. All right, guys. This has been successful. I'm going to go out dancing. These are old no check-ins. I don't think our repository is checking for no check-ins right now. So I'm going to write down no HUD mesh on my to-do list. So when I get back later tonight, I think we'll pick this up and continue and try to make the gameplay objects better. So we just got basic text reporting better. That's good. And what I want to do is make the gameplay objects give you feedback and stuff. So that's going to be the next thing. Yeah, so anyone who's around will probably pick back up in, I don't know, 2.5 hours. Maybe a little sooner, maybe a little later. 2 hours 15, 2:10, something like that. All right. Thank you, everybody. And see you later.